Hi. Yeah, I look atrocious right now because I did just come back from jogging. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't take you guys with me this time. But, well, I don't want each and every one of my vlogs to be, well, me jogging and talking about the fact that I'm jogging. You know, I think you guys get the point of that. But I wasn't sure what else to vlog about, so I thought I'd think about it while I jog. And the cool thing about jogging is it's actually kind of meditative. You know, when you meditate, you're like quieting the mind, shutting up the chatter in your head, forgetting about day-to-day crap. And I have been meditating or trying to meditate, but it's really hard for your head to shut up. Plus, I have like a really hard time sitting still. I don't know, but jogging is like a way I can meditate but still be moving. Sometimes when I jog, I have really deep thoughts, or at least like deeper than I would normally go with things. And today I was thinking about, you know, the first couple vlogs I did this month, I did a lot of talking about positive thinking and the benefits to it, and the fact that I didn't think it was a bunch of baloney. You know, I get it. A lot of people think that it's a bunch of baloney that like your grandma or Oprah would say, you know, just like a super simple explanation to things. But I was happy to see that the majority of you guys didn't think it was a bunch of baloney. So I'm glad to see that a lot of people are seeing the benefit to it. I think it's kind of easy to see the benefit to it once you start being like, alright, maybe it's not as easy to see the benefit to thinking positively, but can you at least easily see the consequences of excessive negative thinking? So, I don't know, over the past couple weeks, I've been thinking about that a lot. I guess what I'm getting at with this is I'm wondering how many of you guys think that, I mean, do you believe in the law of attraction? Or do you think that's all a bunch of, like, bullcrap? See, I'm not sure what I believe. It's hard to believe in something like the law of attraction because you can't see it. There's no physical evidence of it, like you can't touch it. You know, so I get it. You know, it feels an awful lot like Santa Claus. Trust me, I know. I had the hardest time as a kid believing in Santa Claus. I knew I was supposed to believe in Santa Claus. I knew everybody wanted me to and was expecting me to believe in Santa Claus, but even when I was such a young child, I was like, you're telling me that a man goes to every house and delivers presents that, well, I've already taken a peek at in the attic, and I mean, I don't know. So, trust me, I'm not, like, judging people that think the law of attraction is like the Easter Bunny, I get it. But you know what I think I believe? You guys know what I mean by the law of attraction? I don't know if everybody's familiar with it, but it's basically like attracts like. So if you're constantly thinking negative things, then you tend to attract negative things. If you're constantly thinking about the fact that you don't have money, that's going to be your experience. You're going to experience lack of money. I can't say that I'm 100% sold on it just because of the whole, I already mentioned the Santa Claus thing, but I can see, just looking at my own life. See, I can't sit here and tell you that because I thought all these amazing, positive, wonderful things about myself and my life, I had all these wonderful, positive things happen to me. It's actually kind of the opposite. You know, growing up, I didn't have many friends, I was bullied, and I kind of formed an opinion of myself that was not good. I spent the majority of my life thinking that I was a huge piece of shit. Until it was in the past couple weeks / months, I began to realize that, well, maybe there's like a huge flaw in the way that I'm thinking. I was kind of thinking, you know what, my life sucks. I don't like myself. You know what, I'm going to continue not liking myself until I get some kind of reason to start liking myself. And you know what, that's ridiculous. And then I really wonder how it is I ended up in unsatisfying circumstances. And look, I'm not saying that sometimes we don't have lousy things just happen to us. See, the thing is, if you believe in the law of attraction, there's other universal laws. The law of attraction isn't the answer to everything. There's other laws that I haven't gotten to know yet. I guess I've been kind of thinking of the law of attraction as like a very basic blueprint, very general. I kind of think of it as the difference between always expecting bad things to happen or always expecting the best to come out of a situation. It's the difference between, I have work today, and I have work. It's the difference between, you know what, I'm gonna be alone forever, no one's ever gonna like me, what is there to like about me? And, you know what, I'm gonna meet someone really cool that really likes me, despite all my flaws. Just changing your general expectation like that. And you know what, I don't see any harm in this. Nope, and I gotta say, you know, one of the things that caused me to lean toward believing in this is when I watch videos about the law of attraction on YouTube, there are people commenting that very passionately think that this is a bunch of baloney. They think people that believe in this are like airy-fairy losers, and they comment saying such. See, this law of attraction stuff seems to elicit like a very strong response from people. They either get really into it or they're way against it. They think people that are into it are brainwashed. They think they're drinking the Kool-Aid. And the way that some people seem to respond when they're exposed to this stuff is very much how a lot of people respond when they're exposed to some kind of uncomfortable truth. You know, it is kind of an uncomfortable truth that we do in fact have a hand in the kind of life that we live. People don't like to hear that. Trust me, I wasn't in love with it at first either. But you know what? It makes sense to me, like attracts like. I did read one comment that was like, oh, this is baloney. It's just a placebo effect. I don't agree with it. I think it's why the placebo effect works. I'm really tired of feeling bad, and I'm extremely interested to hear you guys' thoughts on this. I know I degrade you guys' intelligence very often, but I think I just want to kind of gauge you guys' interest in this to see if this is something I can safely continue to talk about, or if this is just something I should shut the hell up about. Alright, I think I'm done recording this now.